I mean, you get off just hundreds of things a week. I turn down most films because they're rubbish or British, I don't really enjoy adverts. I did a couple of adverts when I first started because and corporates. I did a couple of those as well because I felt guilty not doing them. I thought, well, that's my dad's salary for 40 minutes work, and I did a couple, and I despised myself more for doing them than not doing them, so I don't do them anymore. But there's nothing wrong with doing corporates or adverts. I'm just not proud of them. So I pack everything in. My days and weeks are full. So with enough offers, you can pack them with things you're proud of, and you don't need to do the other stuff. The things with adverts and corporates, people think, oh, it's easy money, but if you concentrate on something, other things make you a lot more money than those. So, if you don't have to do them, I don't feel like I want to do them. I got offered an advert years ago. It was £1 million to do when we broke in America, do a gin advert, and I thought about it. Of course I did. Day's work, and I went, no, I don't know. Came back 2 million. They thought I was negotiating. I didn't do it, but and I will do an advert one day, I'm sure, but I want to do one. I want to do an advert that I'm proud of, and a product that I really do endorse. I do an advert for something that I really believed in, that was cool. I do an advert for iPod or American Express, or you know what I mean. But I don't need to yet, and it's got to be, just right. But yeah, you get offered every TV show that's on if you get a certain level of success, and it's just being disciplined, and you think it'd be fun. I'd love to do some panel shows, but I just think it's eating into my cachet a bit. What's the best that can happen? Nothing wrong with them, I love them. I'd rather do them and not film it. I'd love to do QI because I'd have a laugh with Stephen Fry, but I go, don't put it out on telly because there's enough of me. It's not seductive. I was never seduced by fame. I always wanted people to know that it was an upshot of what I did, the work. I mean, what I did came very late in life anyway. I always had a creative streak. I loved music, painting, acting, writing, all those things, which with success brings you a certain amount of fame. But if I'd have just written and directed The Office, I'd be walking down the streets and being molested. So just the recognition thing has never excited me. I've never been impressed with just fame per se, and I've always sort of laughed at the people who just chase you recognising their bone structure. I've always wanted to be successful. I've always wanted to have respect by my peers. I suppose more money would have always been good, all those things, but just being recognised by a million strangers never impressed me. And I always knew the downsides. I always feared the downsides, press invasion, just privacy invasion, just being awkward. And I've always tried to lead a normal life, but there's some things you can't do. So I've decided to lead a normal life, but maybe behind closed doors, or it's as simple as that. But I can't whinge. It's fine. But no, I've never been driven by fame. In fact, I've always slightly feared it, because I can see how wrong it goes as well. The Office was like a bit of a warning. The reality game show, the docu-soap, the person doing anything just to be recognised. Extras is a bit of a warning, and definitely in the final episode we've just done, it's an absolute lesson in how wrong it can be to chase fame. My stand-up's always had that element of it, and I've always sort of ridiculed it slightly. Did you see Celebrity Love Island last year when Bianca Gascoigne said her all-time hero was Callum Best? And we were talking about this the next day with Carl and my other friend Glyn, and Glyn went, Callum Best?
But he's only famous because of who his dad was. And Carl went, yeah, but you could say the same about Jesus.